So I'm going to talk to you today about two programs, the Bachelor of Education Honors English Language Primary. We call this the BEdEL primary program, and the Bachelor of Arts Honors in Language Studies and Bachelor of Education Honors English Language, which is a co-terminal double degree. In my talk, I'm going to refer to this as just the double degree. So BEdEL and double degree. Okay, these are the two programs. So if we look at these programs sort of alongside each other at a glance, so on the left, we have BEdEL primary, and on the right, we have the double degree. Both of these programs require you to complete 156 credit points in 5 years of study. So it's the same with regard to that. For the BEdEL primary program, you're going to receive training to teach in primary schools. And for the double degree, as the title of the degrees of the program suggests, it's going to be 2 degrees with a single honors classification. And for this, you're going to receive training to teach in both primary and secondary schools with a particular focus in either primary or secondary, which will be assigned to you. For the BEdEL primary, there's a single major, English major, it's the discipline studies, English major. And under English major, the courses are divided into 3 study areas. So you will take courses in linguistics, in literature and culture, and in applied English studies. What do I mean by applied English studies? Applied English studies are courses where you learn pedagogy or methods, so how to teach English, right? So linguistics and literature and culture, these 2 domains are sort of the subject area domains where you're learning about English linguistics and about English literature and culture, whereas in the applied English studies, you're learning about pedagogy, how to teach English. For the double degree, there are 2 majors, namely education major and the discipline studies major. The education major, as the title suggests, focuses on theories and practices in English language teaching, and it's going to cover both primary and secondary school settings. The discipline studies major is about language studies. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about field experience. So for those of you who may not be familiar with this term, field experience is when you are the parts of the program that have to do with your actual experience in the field, meaning in schools, in teaching, right? So how do we prepare you to go out and teach in the schools? This is a combination of coursework as well as sort of practicum, right? Actually going into the schools. So these are the different components. In semester 1 and 2 of your second year, year 2, remember this is a 5-year program, you will take the field experience foundation courses. In semester 2 of year 3, you're going to do block practice 1, which is a shorter period when you are going to teach in a school. So for those of you in the double degree, remember that you are assigned either a primary to develop expertise in primary education or in secondary. So whichever is your second area, that's what you would do your block practice 1 in, right? Because that's the shorter one, and the main area you would do later on, which I'm just coming to. Also in the same semester 2 of year 3, you work on your field experience and professional learning portfolio. There are 2 of these, so you work on the first one, which is related to your block practice 1. And then moving ahead, in the first semester of year 5, you will have the opportunity to spend an entire semester doing field experience. So you're going to be in a school for the whole semester, and you are going to teach your own classes. You will have a supervisor who is going to be one of your professors. So for example, I have 3 students doing field experience this semester. And I visit them several times over the course of the semester and observe their lessons and assess them and support them and mentor them. So that's what happens in the first semester of year 5. So those of you in the double degree, you would be doing your field experience in your main area of expertise at this point. So if you have chosen primary education as your main focus, then you would do your FE semester in a primary school. In the same semester as you're doing your FE, you're also going to develop your second FE and field experience and professional learning portfolio. Okay. All right, now getting to probably which is something that is the most sort of signature element of our program. This is the overseas immersion. This is a compulsory part of the program. And what this means is that you will be, during part of the program, and I'll say which part in a second because it's different for the two programs, you will go on immersion. By immersion, we are referring to language immersion. So the idea is that you are completely immersed in English during the immersion semester or the immersion term. So you will go to an English-speaking country for a period of time, a fairly long period of time, depending on which program you're in, and you will study at a university there. So for the BADL primary program, this is our students in BADL primary will do a 10-week immersion in the summer, over the summer after year 3. So between year 3 and year 4, that summer term, you will spend 10 weeks doing your overseas immersion. And for the BADL, this is non-credit bearing. The double degree students get to spend a little bit longer. So they spend an entire semester, and it's the first semester of year 4. So our students are on immersion right now. They're in Toronto, studying at York University. This is for the double degree, it is credit bearing. So you will get 15 credit points, and those credit points will transfer to your program when you come back. So as I said, you get to live in an English-speaking country. It could be Canada, it could be the UK, it could be US, it could be New Zealand, depends on which universities we're working with at the time. And you stay with a host family, with a local family who will host you. And the idea, of course, is to that this sort of language immersion allows you to enhance your English language proficiency. And this is absolutely true. Our students come back with better English after their immersion. And you also, excuse me, you also get to learn more about English speaking cultures while you're on immersion. And the field experience, you might get a chance to, you definitely will get a chance to go into the schools wherever you are and to observe how English is taught there. And some of them may even have a sort of teaching component, a field experience teaching component, where you get to do a little bit of teaching. And of course, you know, travel is excellent in terms of broadening your worldview, right? You see new places, you meet new people, you learn about different cultures that you haven't encountered before. So this is a truly fantastic part of our program that students absolutely love. They really enjoy it. So some employment statistics for you. This is from the 2021 year of survey, the 2021 graduating cohort for the BADL, the single degree. So 80% of them have started working, and the remaining 20% are either doing further studies or something else. So our employment rate is extremely high. 96.9% of our graduates are working in the field of education, both in teaching and non-teaching posts. And the average initial monthly salary of the full-time locally employed graduates was $31,552. Okay, so this is when we did the survey in 2021. A survey done in the same year for our double degree students, 81% of them are employed, very similar statistics, and 19% have gone into further studies or other areas. And the employment rate is 100% for the double degree. And so 100% of our graduates are working in the field of education, again, teaching or non-teaching posts. And the average initial monthly salary is slightly higher at 33,591. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about the entrance requirements. I'm going to talk about JUPAS and non-JUPAS. So first for JUPAS, you can see the scores, the minimum level scores on the right-hand side and the subjects on the left. So you need a minimum of a 3, level 3 for Chinese and English, Chinese language and English language, level 2 for liberal studies and the compulsory part of mathematics, and another level 2 for any elective excluding applied learning Chinese, of course. Yeah. So for non-Chinese speaking students, NCS students, the university will accept alternative qualifications in Chinese language, including GCE, GCSE, IGCSE, and DSE applied learning Chinese for the purpose of meeting the minimum entrance requirement. This is for NCS students. Just a note about the extended part in mathematics, M1, M2 will be counted as elective subjects for the purpose of meeting the general entrance requirement with effect from 2021, but cannot be 2020-21, but cannot be used as a substitute for the mathematics compulsory part. So you can get further details on what I've just mentioned at the university's admission website. This is a summary of our JUPAS offer statistics from 2019, 2020, and 2021 for both programs, BADL primary on the left and the double degree on the right. And as you can see, if you make a, put us as your band A choice, then your chances of getting in are considerably higher. So you can see that all the admitted students in all the years had us as band A, right? So just a note here that the BADL primary program was not offered from 2016 to 18. At that time, we had the BADL secondary program instead. And the double degree is a newer program compared to the BADL. So that began in 2016-17, in the 2016-17 academic year. Okay, so a little bit about non-JUPAS other entrance requirements. So for we do welcome non-JUPAS admission, students coming to us through the non-JUPAS route, both local and non-local applicants, and they could be seeking admission on the strength of non-DSC qualifications. They're most welcome to apply via the non-JUPAS route. Other entrance requirements are a satisfactory performance in a subject interview. So a little bit more about non-JUPAS admissions. Applicants who possess the following qualifications are welcome to apply through this route, through the non-JUPAS route. So the first is if you are an associate degree or higher diploma student, or a graduate, including those of you who are going to graduate this year or in the year of admission, sorry. So by August, if you had finished by August in the year in which admission is being sought. And non-local qualifications as well. We will look at those if you're a non-local student. Transfer students who are currently enrolled in a bachelor's degree or a higher degree program at one of at a recognized local or non-local university, HK ALE qualifications, as well as mature applicants. So here is a summary of the English language requirement for non-JUPAS applicants. These are the, keep in mind that these are the minimum requirements. So for the A level, it's a grade E or above in ASL use of English. For the DSC, it is level 3 or above in English language, or level 2 or above in English language. If you're coming from associate degree or higher diploma. For the TOEFL, it's the internet-based score of, if you've done the internet-based exam, it's a score of 80. That's the minimum requirement. For the paper-based, because TOEFL used to be offered before July 2017 as a paper-based exam, we're looking for a score of 550 as a minimum. And for the paper delivered test, the minimum score at the intermediate level in each section, reading, listening, and writing. And please note that passing the TOEFL or the ITP does not satisfy the English language requirement, okay? For IELTS, we're looking at an overall band 6 for a minimum of an overall band 6. For the GCE system, we're looking for a grade E or above in AS level or A level English, grade C or a grade 4 or above in IGCSE or GCE O level English, grade C or grade 4 or above in GCSE English or English literature. If you are coming to us, if you've taken the IB exam, we're looking for, if you've taken, depending on which English subject you've taken. So if you've taken English A language and literature at the HL or SL, higher or standard level, then we need a minimum grade 4, or English A literature. If you've taken only English A literature, not language and literature, then we require HL or SL grade 4, or English B, HL grade 4 again, or English B, if it's standard level, then we require a higher grade 5. For English literature and performance, standard level is grade 4. English text and performance, standard level is also grade 4. For the SAT, we require a subscore of 8 in the essay writing in the old SAT format, or a 590 in the evidence-based reading and writing in the new SAT format. There are other requirements that that we accept, other qualifications that we accept, or other proficiency tests, language qualifications. So you would have to check if you have something besides the ones I've mentioned. For Chinese language requirement, for non-jupas application, so for the HKALE, we require a grade E or above AS level Chinese language and culture. For the DSC, level 3 or above in Chinese language, and level 2 or above in Chinese language if you have an associate degree or higher diploma. For the GCE system, grade E or above in GCE AS level or A level Chinese, and grade C or above in GCSE, IGCSE, GCE O level Chinese. For IB, we require a grade 4 in Chinese language. And other other Chinese language qualifications may be deemed acceptable by the university. And finally, I'm going to talk to you quickly about some entrance scholarships that we offer. We have many entrance scholarships that we offer to attract, outstanding students who are committed and very high quality students who have outstanding academic and non-academic achievements. So we would like to encourage and support these kinds of outstanding students to develop their academic and non-academic talents to its full potential. So these scholarships are primarily based on academic ability, personal qualities, interview performance, as well as non-academic achievements. So you can find more information on our website about the scholarship, but I'm going to go through a few of them. Here are our kind of best ones. The EdUHK entrance scholarship for local students. This is for full-time government-funded undergraduates. We have the EdUHK entrance scholarship for local students, which is a full scholarship. So it's 90,000 Hong Kong dollars per year, and it is renewable. For current year DSE students with the highest score who fulfill the requirements of the tuition scholarship. These are the students who can get it. We have a tuition scholarship of 42,000 per year, per annum. And that is for current year DSE students with admission score of 24 or above in any best 5 subjects, and at least a level 4 plus a level 5 in Chinese language and English language. Okay. The EdUHK entrance scholarship for non-Chinese speaking local students, NCS students, and if you are unsure about who can be called an NCS student, you can look at the EDB definition. So we have some scholarships for NCS students. The first one is a half tuition scholarship, which is 21,050 Hong Kong dollars per year, and it's renewable. And this is for current year DSE non-Chinese speaking students with admission score of 20 or above in any best 5 subjects. The other one is the entrance scholarship for non-local students. This is for full-time government-funded undergraduates. They can get the full scholarship, which is 185,000 per year and renewable, and they can there's a tuition scholarship of 140,000 per year, also renewable, and a half tuition scholarship for 70,000 per year, also renewable. Some more, the Faculty of Humanities, our own faculty, also has its own entrance scholarship. This is for full-time local undergraduate students. This is a tuition scholarship, a one-off tuition scholarship of $42,100. This is for current DSE students with the highest admission score in the faculty in FHM and fulfillment of the selection criteria. There is also a tuition scholarship for senior year entry. So these are students who are coming to us through the associate, having done an associate degree or high diploma, a final year student who is coming in, or even a graduate with the highest final cumulative GPA normalized on a scale of 4. So we're going to look at your ADHD a GPA out of 4. So when you graduate from that, what is your GPA? And of course, fulfillment of selection criteria. So this tuition scholarship is also for 42,100. And we have another one-off, which is 20,000 Hong Kong dollars for full-time undergraduates, including senior year entry. So that's it from me. Here is information about people you can, or numbers you can call, and emails you can write, and websites you can visit if you have any questions about the program.